Has the Fallout show lost all hype?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It sucks, right? Because we love the show. We love the concept. When you release everything at once like this.
Well, here's the deal, too, is the show's been out for 2 weeks now for us.
Yeah.
We've only watched the first 4 episodes because we're doing episode by episode. Everyone else in the world has already finished the show.
Did we do this wrong? Did we miscalculate somehow?
Well, there's no way we can watch all of them and then do episode by episode breakdowns, you know what I mean? Unless we, watch all of it through and then rewatch it with... Okay, there is a way we could have done it, but...
I just think,
I wanted to enjoy it, you know what I mean?
I think what we're doing is interesting. It's a good social experiment. We're taking it week by week, sort of like how traditional television is.
Yeah.
But we're doing it, online where everyone else has already seen it. So now it feels like the hype is dead and we are continuing on this trend.
So we're just hoping that our viewers really love our faces and they want to watch us talk about stuff they watched 2 weeks ago.
And maybe this will help some people come around to the show as well. Maybe it'll be like, oh, people are still talking about it 6 weeks from now. Let me just throw it on or whatever.
Yeah. Either way, we'll still be here covering it.
Of course.
Because we love the show. Honestly, we haven't had really any bad things to say about it.
No, we're on the 3rd episode overall. This will be our review of that episode. My name is Hopper.
And I'm Steven.
Go ahead and click the like button, the subscribe button. Hit us with the noti bell.
Yeah,
Hit us with the bell.
Yeah, we get a lot of Maximus in this one.
Maximus and his page Jimmy.
Is his name Jimmy? He looks like a Jimmy.
I don't know what his
Even
name
if
is.
his name's not Jimmy, we're gonna go with Jimmy now because I really like that. Yeah, so he needs a part for his suit. Remember? And he goes to the lady and she's like, "Your bottle cap's short." And he goes, "Fine." So he gets rid of a tooth, for caps. He goes, "Here's an extra one if you can do it fast." And she fixes it. And it turns out it was going to be the same speed regardless.
It's 2 seconds.
Yeah, she goes, "Tsing, here you go," and then she takes the extra cap.
I do like that character. She's like a sort of cyborg character.
Yeah,
she's got
got
voice.
she's got something on her face kind of thing. I like it a lot. Talking about it, we see Raiders and stuff all the time. There's a guy with a whole cage around his head as a helmet.
Oh yeah,
and it's literally they just ripped him out of the game. It's so fun. It's so fresh.
Is that how the characters look in the game?
Oh yeah. If you look at any Raider, they look like they just put on some stuff. I don't know how a cage helps you really, but
It's just whatever you got at the time. I guess.
Yeah. When he gets back to his suit though, a bunch of people are trying to get it because you just wasteland, whatever, finders keepers kind of thing, and he gets his ass kicked by him twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then by the end of it, he's able to put his hand back into one of the arms and then just squeeze that guy's head
because at least he knows
crushes it.
At least he knows how it works. I guess those Raiders didn't have a clue how to do anything with it.
Yeah, it was so funny.
And it's nice. It shows that he's he's resourcable and he can. But what is stupid though, this is a stupid character. Maximus is dumb. And
Maximus is a really dumb person.
We know that from his character skills.
Yeah, we cover that on our live streams on Saturdays. Be sure to check us out there. We do mainstream media news kind of thing. Beyond the Binge.
Beyond the Binge.
Selfless plug.
This is but he tells the Brotherhood of Steel they try to contact what was the knight's name that died?
Titus.
They try to contact Titus and hey, what's going on? And essentially Titus is dead now. He got killed by a bear. Mogwai.
Yaogwai.
And
Mogwai is from
Gremlins.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, I'm Knight Titus and everything's fine. My squire died, but he's just trying to I don't know. I guess he's just panicking. He's a bad liar.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just like, I guess I'll just tell him some of the truth. My squire's dead, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, and they send him Thaddeus.
It is Thaddeus.
Yeah. Played by Johnny Pemberton was what.
That's not even Jimmy at all.
Jimmy?
No, I'm saying Thaddeus though.
Oh yeah, I guess. Also, this guy was born in 1981, making him 40 years old.
He does not look it. Honestly, good for him.
So young.
He looks real young.
I mean, good. Yeah, good for him. Like we're saying.
Yeah, but he's an interesting guy because he bullied Maximus back in the day, and he doesn't know it's Maximus in the suit. So Maximus is making him climb dead trees for apples. He's
clean his crotch plate or
yeah,
whatever.
just bullying him, and he kind of realizes as he's talking to him at one point, did you know Maximus? He says, yeah, and you're like, what did you think of him? And the guy was like, honestly, he was a cool dude, but the thing is I used to get beat up on, so then I was beating up on him. And I just expected that one day a new guy would come up and he would get to beat on somebody. So it's really upsetting he's not because, he's dead now.
I know. It's he finally got his chance to be top guy on the team and now he's dead. So.
Yeah. So it turns out Thaddeus isn't that bad of a guy. He was just following these unwritten rules of, hazing.
I guess. It is interesting though because you think if he knew the pain. This is the army, right? The army. The more you suffer together, the more you
grow
bond.
together. Yeah. Your common enemy is the drill sergeant or whatever.
Yeah. So you would think at least there would be some camaraderie amongst them, but I guess they needed a whipping boy to be to be the heel or to make fun of and stuff. Anyway, but it's good that he's gotten his power armor and like he's
in
a even though it's like a lie, like he's living a lie, but he's getting that power fantasy, and he's actually we see that he's a better person than the rest of them because once he's in power, he he steps up into that role.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's already living a lie before this, if you want to get in the nitty-gritty, because it's not like the Brotherhood of Steel are good people. They have their own motivations and stuff. Yeah. He thought that they were the heroes of the Wasteland. They're kind of got their own self-interests. So his whole life is really a lie, because, he's living this lie of, I'm going to be a hero in the Brotherhood of Steel. Turns out they're not really that big on heroism.
They're sort of just like a bunch of dopey like idiots who have the powerful suits. I feel. I don't know that for a fact, but that's how I feel in the show.
That's the vibe they give off in the show. That with a little bit of like weird religious undertones kind of thing.
Yeah, and I feel like there's
like
a lot
culty.
of culty. Culty's good. It's a big cult.
And then after that, now he's living a new lie of being Knight Titus, but really, he's still a squire kind of thing. So a lot of lies he's living in.
But at least they get something done in this. They get something accomplished. And we'll kind of circle back around after we talk about Lucy and the ghoul.
Yeah.
I guess the beginning of this, you get the ghoul, and he's kind of going with the dog.
I love the ghoul, dude.
The ghoul is really good.
He's my favorite part of this whole show.
I think Walton Goggins' performance, he's like the perfect character for this.
You can't be anything Walton Goggins in, I'm just sold for it, honestly. Him and like J.K. Simmons, like you've noticed how J.K. Simmons is in everything these days.
Yeah.
And, throwback, they're both in Invincible together. I love it. If you say J.K. Simmons or Walton Goggins is in something, I'm watching it. Righteous Gemstones, I'm watching it.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Invincible is specifically like, you don't know that's Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Because he's always doing some kind of fake Southern accent in everything he's in.
Yeah, but this one he's not.
Yeah. We get a little bit of his backstory as well.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he's like a sort of a old-timey actor, like it's like a big famous celebrity that everyone knows. And then we do figure out, we're kind of putting pieces together because this scene that we get is before the scene that we got in the first episode.
Yeah. So in this scene, he's successful. And the first time we see him, he's kind of like this washed up actor, is what you're led to believe.
Like his friends are saying like, oh, he needs the alimony or whatever it is. And
which we meet his wife here, so we know that there's got to be a divorce later on down the road. Which, guys, again, if you're in the comments saying this or that, we have only watched up to episode 4 at this point, so we don't know anything else that's happening.
We're trying to do the interesting thing. We're trying to not like just binge it. And I know our name is the Binge Warmers.
Yeah,
and
so
we're typically binging everything.
Yeah,
but
we like this enough that we were like, it deserves an episode.
We're just trying to like give it a different spin too. Like we're trying to just.
So if it turns out his wife is like an evil biatch or whatever.
We like her right now because she likes lavender. Okay?
That whole scene was cute, okay?
It was a cute scene. I thought they were meeting for the first time. You see the daughter run in.
Yeah, and then it turns out they weren't. Yeah, it's a good scene. So, please don't kill us in the comments.
You figure out toward the end of the episode that he's the one, or she's the one that makes him do like the little advertisement, like the little thumbs up. Like.
Yeah. He's big on like his actors never killed before, and they want him to kill in this new movie, and he's like, I don't want to do that, and they're like, you have to do it. So he's like bending his own morals, and then afterwards we see he's like a spokesperson for Vault-Tec, and he gets the thumb and stuff. So we're seeing where like his morals versus what he's actually doing in life are kind of starting to differ a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, we don't know much else past that. So.
Well, I do like that. There's like this theme of corruption almost, and like there's they kind of mentioned like the writer that was writing the show is a Dirty Red.
Yeah, he was a commie. Which honestly, the way he phrases it, I don't know if that was like that because back in the Red Scare, people would be like, "Oh, he's a Red," he's a commie when just they wanted to get him out of there. So who's to say that the director wasn't just a normal guy?
That's the thing too. Yeah, they there is this sort of theme, and I think that's kind of like a lot of the Wasteland in general. We get the Gulper in this too. We see Lucy camping. She's with the head. She's putting the tracker in the head because she's like, oh, if I separate, this is the most important thing to me right now.
That's the intelligence character stat coming into play. She got like a 6 or 7 on it.
Very smart girl. So she does get the head stolen away by a Gulper.
Yeah. It looks creepy, man. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so creepy looking. Well done though.
Just playing with this little deer. This is like the last of her. This is like her innocence, like physical.
Yeah, metaphorically being taken away.
Yes, and it just gets destroyed by the Gulper, and then the ghoul comes up and he like points his gun in her face. Where's the head at?
Smashes her in the face too.
Just freaking
like
brutal.
Points the gun. And she's like, okay, obviously I'm unarmed, kind of thing, and he just goes. Boom! Pistol whips her in the face. There's no need for it.
No, he's just being the ghoul.
Yeah,
this is ghoulish behavior.
We like it. I like that too. That was good.
So he's like torturing her, or what seems like torture, but I think I picked up on it too. I was like, oh, he's fishing. He
did this whole monologue about torturing doesn't actually work on anybody.
In the Wasteland,
and stuff. And she's like, well, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you're bait, obviously. Splash the water, and then you get to Get the Gulper back out.
She puts his bag in the Gulper's mouth, and that breaks all the rat away.
That's what we're assuming it is. It hasn't been confirmed. I tried looking online.
I'm assuming,
trying to spoil it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just because there will be a short out talking about ghouls, and I mention it, so be kind to me in the comments if it does later on be called Rat-Away. But as of right now, we don't know what the yellow liquid is. But it's safe to say it's probably Rat-Away from the game. I assume
because it's he takes it to not.
My thing is they're pretty big on naming stuff that's from the game. So if it was Rat-Away, I feel like they would just say Rat-Away.
Well, they say vials. It's like, hey, you have vials.
So instead of saying vials, they could just straight up say Rat-Away.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just that's why I feel like it's not Rat-Away.
Could be. And we'll come back to it in the next episode, but there's a ghoul that he sees that's like, how long have you been around? You've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So it may be something different.
Because in the games, they don't have to take Rat-Away to live. No, they're just chilling,
Anyway, I think it's a neat little character.
Yeah, it's a nice thing.
Like an addiction almost. We get that vibe. Like he's sort of addicted to the no rat or the Rat-Away.
Yeah.
And I think, that kind of comes in later in the next episode as well. But
yeah, we'll talk about that. That's a fun episode.
Yeah. Since she breaks his vials, he's like, okay. He's like, stop and assess the situation. I don't have any of my vials, and this girl she broke all my vials.
Yeah.
She didn't have the head. What am I going to do with her? So he just he ropes her up and he walks her away.
Yeah.
And he's just he's taunting her almost. He's drinking water in front of her and spilling some of it on the ground.
I'd like to point this out too, because again, the game is big on the show is big on throwing these little things in the game on it, and she goes about the golden rules, like do unto others as you would do unto you. And the guy says, no, the golden rule is no matter what, you will get sidetracked or something like that, along those lines. Yeah. And that's literally true. If you play the games, there's one main quest, and then the whole time you're doing it, let me go do this side quest and this side quest. And so episode 4, we'll talk about it more in episode 4, is a giant side quest to the main quest of the game, which is the season 1 of Fallout. And it's so funny and cool how they did that. You know what I mean?
I'm upset, too. He left the dog behind.
Yeah, I think that's, again, to show the ghoul is really just an uncaring guy. I think by the end of the season, maybe he's a caring guy.
I think so. I think...
or maybe by the end of season 2. Maybe you start seeing it towards the end of season 1.
Potentially. I mean, they're showing us his human side in the beginning, I think, for a reason to kind of give him some...
And I think to remember who he is kind of thing.
Right. And I think Lucy's kind of going the other way a little bit. She's not, compromising morals, at least not yet. But she is becoming more adapted to the wasteland. And she is sort of spreading her message and her positivity through characters.
I think there'll be a big shift on, good Maximus, middle is Lucy, and then bad is Ghoul. And I think by the end of it, there'll be a shift to Maximus is the worst, Lucy's still in the middle, and then the Ghoul is the best.
I just don't know. Because, Maximus is obviously, once the Brotherhood finds out what he's done, I think they're going to be...
Well, he's a ticking time bomb. He already looks emotionally unstable. He talks about in the first episode, he wanted to hurt the person who got Squire over him.
That's true.
So I think it just takes one bad day for that guy.
Man, and it sucks that we haven't seen all the episodes. I know that, this is probably frustrating for viewers because, they have seen the whole thing or whatever.
Or maybe they like that we haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe. Maybe they like this is how we would have done it with any other show.
Yeah, if you watched our Invincible stuff, this is how we did it. Yeah. Watched it episode by episode.
But, we do get Maximus and Thaddeus, right?
Yeah, so the Ghoul and Lucy leave, and that's when Maximus has been tracking by a radiation signature of the body.
Which does disprove my theory from the last couple of reviews where I thought maybe the suit had a tracker in it where he could have found whatever.
Yeah, so it was just hand-wavy coincidence.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, he probably heard the gunshots, like I said. There's...
But how is he that close to begin?
Well, they're all in the same area, I figure. They're kind of Southern California-ish area.
Whatever. Anyway, so, and this is where you see Maximus kind of make up for being a bully to Thaddeus. He's like, they get in the water and they realize the Gulper's there, and he's like, get out of the water. He's like, sir? And he's like, you don't have a power suit. Let me handle it. Terrible shot. He shoots his gun. He misses every shot. He's not even aiming. He's just...
In the last episode, episode 2, he's shooting at the ghoul, and he kind of drops his gun, and he's fumbling with it.
He's just bad. He's a bad guy. Not bad guy, but bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
So, you see that, and then he's missing the shots. The Gulper's about to kill him, and Thaddeus shoots him. And the Gulper looks so inconvenient. It's a kind of side-eye
He's just
Thaddeus.
And then they start playing some music, and he's getting it.
I literally was like, oh, Thaddeus is dead. He's gone. And he just screams, the guy's eating him, and you see inside the mouth, it's like fingers everywhere. Oh, my God, that's terrifying.
What a foul creature design.
And he's pink.
I know.
He looks like an axolotl,
He does. And he's got human features. His whole body looks like
he's got hands and a rib cage.
Yeah, his hands are what struck me as...
I don't like those hands.
The human fingers in his mouth are just so out there.
How does that happen?
I don't know. He must have been there must have been a bunch of humans in the river, in the salamander, axolotl, whatever.
Yeah.
That radiated with them or something.
I don't like it.
Because it's big. It's like a big boy.
Yeah, he's
massive.
huge. Yeah. But, so Maximus saves him from that. Makes him throw up. He throws up so hard that his tongue gets ripped out.
Well, this whole
his whole insides came out.
Like a Kong Skull Island kind of.
Yeah, like he just
ripped all of his insides out.
Yeah, it's creepy. But they see the head. They've found the head. They're good to go, and they're both like celebrating and stuff. It's a nice moment until you realize that what's Maximus going to do now?
Yeah. We don't even know what the Brotherhood of Steel wants with the Doctor.
But that he goes the Brotherhood of Steel.
Right.
When he goes, they're going to realize he's not tight.
Unless he just doesn't take his helmet off. But how far can you get doing that? You know?
Well, he did say in the last episode, they may not kill me if I bring back the target, which is true. They may have said, well, you've earned your suit, so now you're a knight. It may not be a bad thing at all.
I don't like the Brotherhood of Steel that we've been introduced to. I don't know them from the games, but it doesn't seem like they're that kind of people that would just
not even in the games, bro. They're very unforgiving.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Which they're cool. They're a cool faction. But no, they're very unforgiving.
Yeah, and
racist.
I was gonna say, it just feels like that's in the show. It feels like they're leading him towards because this organization never did him really anything. I mean, they saved him in the very beginning, like when he was a baby.
But did they save him by proxy? Like, did they do something else and he just happened to be?
They
there?
were just looking for the fridge that he was inside over.
Yeah. There you go. They need the Freon from the fridge.
There you go.
You know, because the guy was even like, you know what a toaster does? You're supposed to go get a toaster. That's so funny. Yeah, let's talk about the vaults and kind of the secrets there. What's his name? Norm is kind of uncovering a little bit. He's starting to see.
What's his name?
Moises Arias.
Moist Critical.
Who plays him. Yeah. We don't see. So he gets reprimanded by the
one of the overseers to be.
Yeah. Well, it was all three of them.
I know, but they're all like running for election or whatever. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think the black lady is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know any of their names, to be honest with you.
I don't think they have names.
I don't think they do, honestly. They may, but honestly, I don't really care about them that much. You did say like the vault part.
I do kind of like them. I think they're funny. Like their whole subplot of like, I'm in charge now. No, I'm actually in charge. And like, oh, I see your poster. Oh, I saw your poster. They like clink mugs.
Well, that's in episode 4.
I know, but that's just a fun. That's a fun bit of their character.
But we do see there's like a whole assembly about what they're going to do with these prisoners, and Norm is like, or kill them. Of course, they killed us and stuff, and they're like, no. We can re-educate them and bring them into the fold. And they're like, oh, I'll teach them Shakespeare, or I'll teach them Plato or Aristotle. And they're like, and I'm like, what are you can't.
These are like
homogenize these people. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Homogenize. These are people from the wasteland who have no politics. They have no like.
The guy was wiping his dick on a curtain. He's not going to listen to Aristotle.
Yeah, I thought about that too. How come their Geiger counters didn't go off like when they first opened the vault?
So you'll notice when you play the game, you can flip between the different ones.
So no one had it on.
Maybe they just didn't have it on.
I guess you wouldn't think to have it on. Yeah.
I don't know. Did we look? You may have to find the footage or correct me. When they were doing all that, did they have their Pip Boys on even?
I think a couple of them
for the wedding and stuff, because she didn't have hers on.
Well, she wouldn't have because she was getting married. But everyone else probably.
I don't know. I don't know that I watch. I don't remember seeing it, but they could have. But no, and they're doing all that, and the guy comes down. He's like, "Hey, I need to talk to y'all in private." And they're like, "You can share it with all of us," kind of thing. He's like, "Well, this is usually I'd only tell the overseer." And they're like, "No, you can tell." He goes, "Okay, well, the water chip's broken, and we've got maybe a month."
Yeah, and he's very nonchalant too. He's just like, "Yeah, well, we got no more water."
Yeah. So, and they're like freaking out because now you've got even less if you're keeping the prisoners. So it becomes an even bigger.
There's where Norm is just like, yeah, we probably just we don't want to set them up. We don't want to let them go because they know all of our security details.
Yeah,
we don't want to feed them because it's wasting food, and we don't want to give them water. So
we kill them.
Yeah, and then it's just like, and everyone's like, oh, we would never.
Except for Steph.
Steph is all into it. She's like, they killed my
Bert.
They killed my Bert.
We're excited to see what Norm does in the next.
I kind of thought it was boring. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you guys like it when we drop them all, or when they drop it all at once, or do you like the episode by episode? A lot of people are like, there were some people that I like that it's dropped all at once, have some self-discipline, but it's not just you though. If people are talking about it online, you kind of have to watch it.
You're almost you have to have a level of discipline yourself to not like go on Twitter and get it spoiled.
Which with us, we have to go on Twitter to kind of spread our channel and stuff. So then we're just inevitably going to look at spoilers.
At time of recording, we've got 93 votes on our poll. And it's 47 to 53%, which is very close.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of torn here. I do like. Okay, personally, I think we know your opinion. You're just.
I love
have it all at
binging.
Once.
That's why I agreed to come to this channel. We wanted to watch a bunch of and talk about it.
I've kind of grown more to the week to week thing.
Here's the problem, right? For me personally, okay. Humans are creatures of habit. You train us to do something, we're gonna like to do that.
Yeah.
So my whole life, we had week to week. Then you introduce DVR, okay? First of all. And then you can just watch it at your own pace. And then For when I left home and had college and stuff, for 5 years it was Netflix and Hulu dropping everything at once. You don't train me for 5 years to do one thing, then flip the switch again because now you want to generate what is it?
Just like engagement.
Engagement on your streaming site, which we know that's why they do it. More people come to the channel every week.
Also, too, like they've all got free trials.
Yes.
So it's only going to last you like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then like the show's 8 weeks long.
So you've only got half of it. You have to subscribe.
Right.
So it's like, don't train me one way and then flip it. You know what I mean? Because I don't like that. I've had it one way for 5 years. Let me keep it that way. There is a big debate, and I don't know what the answer is. Truly, I really don't.
I think it's more profitable for the streaming service to just do it week to week.
Yeah.
Frankly.
It is more profitable, but is that what a viewer should have?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, what's best for the viewer?
At the end of the day, like when you subscribe to Disney Plus or whatever, you're going to get all those Marvel shows that they did week to week. Mm-hmm. All the Star Wars stuff was week to week. It's all there now. You can just binge it all at once. So after 8 weeks, the entire argument's flawed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments. I think we'll get a better understanding of what people want.
For sure.
If you like Fallout and you want to see us review more of the episodes, you can click right here on my face. If you like episode reviews, just
or Invincible
episodes right there on Steven's face. If you want to subscribe to us right here in the middle, go ahead and click on that to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next Fallout review.
Yep. Bye.